Cardinal Claudio Gugerotti is one of the Vatican's most experienced voices on the Christian East. He spent decades living and serving as a nuncio on some of the Church's most fragile frontiers, from the Caucasus region to Belarus and Ukraine. In November of 2022, Pope Francis appointed him to lead the Dicastery for the Eastern Churches, the Vatican department responsible for the 23 Eastern Catholic churches in communion with Rome. And he created him cardinal in September of 2023. Cardinal Gugerotti speaks 9 languages, including Armenian, Kurdish, Russian, Latin, and both ancient and modern Greek. And now, as war engulfs Iran, where many of the country's historic Christians come from the ancient traditions of the Christian East, Cardinal Gugerotti reflects on how political change affects Eastern Catholics in the region.
If the kind of political approach, which is also a religious approach in their case, changes, certainly it might be better. If, of course, the new politicians are not going to be more radical than those who are ruling the countries.
I also understand that the bishop had to leave Tehran right now just because of the situation.
Yes, because, all the embassies are putting a pressure on them, on foreigners in general, to leave the country, because, as you said, it is difficult to imagine what's going to happen.
When we speak about Vatican diplomacy or diplomacy in general, what can be achieved in regions like this, but not only limited to this, especially if you have like the Vatican, who does not have an army, who maybe does not have economic interests? Is that maybe even an advantage?
It is, definitely, because it deprives any approach of violence or of interest. And we can look at people in the eyes, and then they can look at our eyes without being afraid, and just feeling that we have not come to teach them how to live, but to share our experience, which is an experience of love and appreciation. Sometimes it's not reciprocal, but at least our attitude is that one. And so they have nothing to lose if they speak with us, and maybe if they take some pieces of advice. So my experience in the areas, I was mainly in former communist areas in Eastern Europe or in the Caucasus, is that they have the perception that we are not going to cheat them. So we are sincere, and, for example, if they have prisoners of war, or if they have problems with refugees, with ill people, with people who have been hurt in the war, they know that the first approach will be with the nuncio, because, of course, he is a representative not only of the Holy Father, but of 1,400,000,000 Catholics in the world.
So is there also something the Church can do on that diplomatic level in the current ongoing war?
Yes, there is something, of course. The problem is to make these people understand clearly that the fact that we are Christians and the fact that those who bomb their cities are Christians does not mean that we have the same ideas, or that the Pope has been the one who decided to ask the rulers to bomb their own civilization, as it happened in the past very frequently. During the Iraq War, the Catholics, in fact, Catholic women were thrown away from their wells because the women said, you are Bush. And they say that we have nothing to do with Bush, we are Christians. But Bush is Christian. So you belong to the same group. When the Pope stopped, John Paul II of blessed memory, holy, he said, please don't start a war. They were completely astonished. And they came and apologized. And the Oriental Patriarchs came to meet with John Paul II, and they said, thank you for what you said, because at least our Christians are no more identified with Western Christians.
In the run-up to Easter, you also promote and you're responsible for the collection on Good Friday, Pro Terra Sancta, so for the Holy Land.
Yes.
Can you tell me a bit more about the projects that will be supported there?
Yes. You know that was an initiative that was fixed by Pope Paul VI. And the idea that all over the world, in the Catholic Church, on Good Friday, people collect money for the holy places, as we call, which means the places where Jesus was born or preached. The Franciscans are in charge of this special branch of the Franciscans, which is the Custodia. And of course, they try to work not only for guarding or rebuilding or reshaping of special important historical places, but also about the life of the Christians, of the Catholics that live in that area up to now. And so the area is not only extended to, let us say, Israel, but also to Syria, to Lebanon, all the areas where Jesus moved and where Christians live.
Thank you so much, Your Eminence, for the time.
A pleasure, and good Lent, and happy Easter.
Happy Easter already. Thank you.
Thank you.